Good morning. Dr. Gary here on the road. We have a chilly day in New Jersey. We are nationwide dental practice brokers. We sell dental practices nationwide basis. Today's topic is a unique request by the seller in the sale of a dental office. We'll talk about in negotiated terms what happened in this situation. So, as you know, we're now in 28 states. We just opened up Ohio, and we're looking forward to getting some great practices there. We have 10 employees, including the 2 CPA accountants, plus marketing director, advertising, operations, and 5 development acquisition specialists. So we are growing, and we are excited to bring you new information all the time and sales all over the USA now. You could reach us from 7:30 a.m. to approximately 9:30 p.m. on East Coast time. So give us a ring anytime. Be happy to talk to you, give you information of what's going on in the marketplace, etc. All the information you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. It is not legal or business advice. So, if you're thinking about selling a dental office to one of the DSOs, we can give you valuable information because they're absolutely changing from year to year. What their criteria are, everything changes. Nothing's consistent. It's a dynamic, moving type of transaction with the DSOs, and we work directly with them. They pay our commission. We are not employed by any DSOs. We have no strategic partnership with them because we change and pick and choose who we think the best ones each year are. And if we think one DSO is not performing properly or not being fair to the seller, we're just going to shift and move on. So we don't maintain that strategic partnerships, but they all pay our commission. And sometimes we're able to get your legal fees reimbursed at closing. We've done that a number of times. So call us and we'll let you know. Now, if you also want an appraisal of your practice, we can do that. Often we can give you a free one. If you'd like some idea what you think it's worth, we can chat with you on the phone to tell you the current market conditions. So just give us a ring. So anyway, we had this unique situation in a negotiated settlement on the sale of a dental practice. Here's what happened. And we use great dental attorneys, as we're big advocates of. You're going to find that you can get amicable resolution on a number of items. So here's what happened. The buyer wanted to close, wanted to get as soon as possible. The seller wasn't ready to close rapidly, but negotiated and said, listen, if I can work at the office as an employee, but if I work as an employee, I want the first month after closing, I want to see all the previous patients of record. You, the buyer, can see the new ones, but I want to see all of the previous patients of record. And I want to get 100% of the fee and collect 100% of the fee. It gives me an opportunity for a smooth transition and to let all the people know that I've sold the practice, but I'm still going to be here for a little while. And it gives me a chance to say goodbye. It wasn't a big practice. It was under 500,000 or under 600,000. It just gives me a way to ease out, finish up my work in progress, and I want to do it on my terms. And you could see, told the buyer, you see all the new patients. I will see all the existing patients. I'll get 100% of the fee I charge. I'll submit all the insurances. The seller said, I'll pay the rent. I'll pay the staff. I'll pay the overhead. I'll pay the lab fees. And I believe he also paid the doctor's first month of his bank loan. Now, this is an odd request. I've never had this in 13 years. We're doing this now. As you know, I was a dentist for 25. I'm doing this for 13 years. Never had a request like this. But we had a compliant buyer that said, okay. Now, the buyer had all his insurances, premises liability, malpractice. I mean, it was all in place. And he wanted to get the deal done. And the buyer themselves also wanted to finish working full-time at his associate job and finish up a lot of his cases and so forth before he left there. So it worked out well. He'd work a little bit at night, the buyer now, and see the new patients coming in, see all the emergency patients. It was his office, but the seller was an employee at 100% reimbursement on collections, and it's working out. It's working out well. And in 13 years, I've never heard a request like this. But we negotiated. The buyer was fine with it. The seller was okay with it, and it worked out. So with the right dental attorneys, I mean, you could put something together that could work out, as odd as it may sound, because we've never done anything like that before. No one's ever requested it. But it worked out, and it's working out very well. It's essentially amicable resolution. That's what all these negotiations are. The buyer's happy, the seller's happy, and the whole situation's working out great. So anything's possible. With the right attorneys, negotiated, amicable resolution, we put it together. So think about that. We're here to help. We're here to help negotiate for you, work with the attorneys, try to put something together that would work out well for all, keep everybody happy. And in this situation, under these circumstances, it has worked out well. Sure, there's a few odd points that have to be worked out legally, but they worked it out, and it's working out well now. So we're there, and we're there to adapt and change and help you with our experience. We have 13 years, and I have a team of 10 employees. We're accustomed to everything. You bring it to us, we'll try to put something together, and we'll got your back. And now what we do also is we watch everything after the closing. I'm staying in touch with the buyer and the seller on this to make sure everything is working well, and it's working well. If they had a few questions, I was more than happy to make suggestions. And as long as you have happy buyer, happy seller, it works out great. So that's where we are now. So enjoy. Bye now.